Hello and welcome everybody to a beautiful Saturday afternoon in Oxford, Ohio, where the Miami RedHawks look to bounce back after a tough 3-2 loss to the Ball State Cardinals yesterday. Ball State looking to extend their 7-game winning streak. Ball State currently 6-7 in the MAC standings. Miami 7-6 in MAC play. So pretty big game as far as MAC standings go. Starting for Miami today, left-hander Nick Vardavas, the sophomore left-hander, stands at 5'11", 190 pounds from Uniontown, Ohio. Vardavas thrown 33 and 2/3 this year with a 4.54 ERA, 22 strikeouts and 15 walks. Last pitch Friday at Akron through 4 innings, gave up 3 earned on 4 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 1 walk in a win for Miami. He will be facing Nick Gregory to lead off for the Cardinals. He'll be followed by Michael Hawquist, Decker Scheffler, Blake Beavis, Clay Jacobs, Matthew Kamens, Hunter Dobbins, Nick Hasovi, and Houston King rounds out the order for the Cardinals. Defensively for Miami, Vardavas pitching, David Novak catching. At first base, Evan Applewick. At second, Blake Buzzio. At short, Dylan Baker. Third, Tyler Gordon. And in the outfield, left field, Ryan Novak. Center field, Zach McDonald. And in right field today, Rylan Zaborowski. We usually see Zaborowski at third and occasionally at first, but Zaborowski playing in the outfield today. Top of the first, we are ready to go here in Oxford. Miami wearing all white today. White jersey, white pants, script Miami on the jersey with red hats. Ball State in red jerseys with white pants. Ready to go here in Oxford. Vardavas set. First pitch is in for a strike. Able to find the zone for the first pitch of the game. Nick Gregory, the leadoff batter for Ball State yesterday, went 0 for 3 with a walk and a run. 0-1 pitch. That's going to be hit into center field. Looks like an easy catch for McDonald, and he makes the play. 1 up, 1 down for the RedHawks. Yesterday's game, a pretty tight affair. Ball State able to get one in the top of the first. Nick Gregory scored on a fielder's choice. Pretty tight knit. Tyler Gordon hit a triple down the left field line in the bottom of the 5th inning to tie the game. He tried to go home to get a go-ahead inside the park home run, but was thrown out at the plate as the first pitch to Michael Hawquist is in for a strike. And then Ball State was able to get 2 across in the top of the 6th when Olenix came in for relief. As that is a swing and miss from Hawquist, makes the count 0-2. And then the bottom of the 6th, Nick McDonald able to get on, but was thrown out at second, caught stealing. And then a couple pitches after that, Rylan Zaborowski, home run to left field. Made it 3-2, but couldn't tied the game at 3 if Zaborowski or if McDonald was not caught stealing, as that pitch misses high. Appeal down to first base. Umpire says that Hawquist did not go. 1-2 count. No scoring after that game yesterday, so final score of 3-2. 1-2 pitch. Big swing and miss there from Hawquist. 2 up, 2 down for Miami. Vardavas very efficient so far. Brings up Decker Scheffler, the right fielder. Scheffler 0 for 4 yesterday, but did reach on a fielder's choice. Batting .319 on the year, with an on-base percentage of .423 and slugging .471 as that first pitch is in for a strike. Scheffler started all 31 games this season and is the MAC preseason player of the year. So high expectations for him, as that is going to be hit down the left field line. Nice play by the third baseman, but that is not the throw, not in time. Tyler Gordon made a diving play to his right to prevent it from getting out of the infield. Had to throw it low to prevent an overthrow, but throw not in time. So a 3-hole hitter able to get it on for Ball State. Brings up the cleanup man, Blake Beavis. the first baseman. And that's going to be a knuckler. It's going to bounce once to shortstop. Baker makes a strong throw to first, but it gets past the first baseman, Applewick. Scheffler's going to go to third, and now Ball State's going to have runners on first and third with 2 outs. It looks like that got just above his hands, hit the handle of the bat. It would have been a tough play for Baker. It was in a tough spot for him, but a wild throw brings runners to first and third for the Cardinals. Ruled that an error. So after no errors yesterday for either team, in the first inning here we have our first error of the game. First pitch, dribbler down the right field line, foul ball. Clay Jacobs up for Ball State. Jacobs 0 for 2 yesterday with 2 walks, a stolen base, and a run. Appeared in 26 games this season and has started 13. Jacobs starting today in left field. Lefty on lefty matchup here, 0-1 count. Pitch from Vardavas outside, evens the count up at 1-1. Moss leads at first and third. Off speed in for a strike, brings it to 1-2. RedHawks 1 strike away from getting out of the inning with no damage. Vardavas that steals. That is going to be rocketed high in the air. Baker looks like he's under it and makes the catch. Ball State, despite getting 2 on, not able to bring any home. We're going to head to the bottom of the first. Tied up at 0-0. You are listening to Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio. Bottom of the first here in Oxford. RedHawks up. Up first for Miami, Zach McDonald. Over 3 yesterday with a walk. First pitch in for a strike from left-hander Keegan Johnson. The freshman out of Frederick, Maryland, stands at 6'3", 195 pounds. 0-1 set, ready to throw to McDonald. Pitch outside, evens the count at 1-1. Johnson, 26 innings pitched this year with a 5.54 ERA, 37 strikeouts, 17 walks, 3-0 record. giving up 26 hits, 19 runs, 16 of which have been earned. Opponents hitting .257 against him as that 1-1 pitch in for his strike brings the count to 1-2. Johnson last pitched Saturday at Ohio was not a great outing for him. Through 1 2/3, gave up 6 runs, 4 of which were earned on 10 hits. Had 1 walk and 1 strikeout. So looking to improve on that performance today. The 1-2 McDonald off speed, able to get him swinging 1 up, 1 down for Johnson and the Cardinals. Gonna bring up Rylan Zaborowski. We have a little bit of a different order today for Miami. Usually you see Ty Batisech leading off. He's hitting 3rd today. McDonald leading off. Then Zaborowski, Batisech, Ryan Novak, Dylan Baker, Evan Applewick, David Novak, Blake Buzzio, and Tyler Gordon rounding out the order as that first pitch to Zaborowski fouled down the first base line. Zaborowski hit his 6th home run of the year yesterday. Brought the score to 3-2 as that 0-1 pitch off speed. Big swing from Zaborowski there. Went all over that one. 0-2 count. Zaborowski hitting .319 on the year, .422 on base, and slugging .553 for Miami. 0-2 pitch to Zaborowski, low for ball 1. Last week at Akron, Zaborowski went 4 for 12 with 2 RBIs and 1 run. Of course, Zaborowski trying to match his campaign last year where he hit 20 home runs. As that pitch, first base umpire said Zaborowski went around, and 2 batters, 2 strikeouts for Keegan Johnson. Brings up Ty Batisech, the DH today. The junior transfer from Western Kentucky. Went 0 for 4 yesterday with 4 groundouts. First pitch to the DH is a chopper to right side of the infield. Play made by second baseman Matthew Kamens. And 3 up, 3 down for Miami. After 1, still no score. We're heading to the top of the 2nd here in Oxford. You are listening to Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio. Top of 2nd here in Oxford. Matthew Kamens up for Ball State. Still 0-0 score. Miami went 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the 1st. That first pitch from Vardavas misses low and in for ball 1. Kamens, a junior from Goodyear, Arizona, and transfer from Glendale Community College. 1 for 4 yesterday. And that is going to be hit well into left field. It's going to bounce the left fielder Ryan Novak, and the leadoff batter is on for Ball State. Ball State threatening once again. Brings up catcher Hunter Dobbins. Dobbins 1 for 4 yesterday with a single. That's going to be hit hard to Baker at short. Throws it to second, to first, and a 6-4-3 double play for Miami. Just what they needed. That was hit hard, but right to Dylan Baker at shortstop. Got on one knee to throw it to second baseman Blake Buzzio, and throws it to Applewick at first. Brings 2 outs in the inning, brings up the third baseman for Ball State. First pitch hit hard into right field. Zaborowski has to go back. Keep going back. It one hops the wall and goes over for a ground rule double. Hard hit ball from Nick Zovsky, the junior from Ramona, California, and San Diego Mesa transfer, with his second hit on the day. But that double play earlier in the inning looms large, as Ball State would have runners at second and third, but instead just one runner on second and 2 outs in the inning. Bardavas 1 pitch away from getting out of it, as Houston King, the DH, up for Ball State. First pitch missed the zone for ball 1. King 0 for 2 yesterday, but had a sac bunt. Hitting .232 on the year. Bardavas set, steals the 1-0. That's able to find the zone, evens the count at 1-1. 2 outs in the inning. Ball State looking for their first run in the game. Pitch just missed the zone, brings the count to 2-1. King last week 5 for 13 with an RBI and 3 runs versus Ohio, appearing in his 26th game this season, his 18th start. Transfer from Kentucky and Crowder College. Pitch inside, I think. 3-1. Appeared inside, but I don't have a straight on view of the zone, so my view could be a little bit off. 3-1 count, 2 outs in the inning. Runner on second for Ball State. That is going to be poked into left field. That's going to get to Gordon and left. Runner from second is going to score. Hisavi scores from second. Ball State has the first run of the game, a single from Houston King. And that brings up the top of the order again, Nick Gregory. Ball State threatened in the first and did it yet again, and was able to get a run across there. Runner on first for Ball State, 2 outs in the inning. Bardavas goes to first. Applewick able to corral it in. Gregory's last at bat flew out to McDonald in center field. Gordon at second, playing in. First pitch. High for ball 1. Infield playing mostly back. Buzzio at second in the outfield, as Bardavas goes back to first. Not able to get King in time. 1-0 count. Ball State up 1-0 here in the top of the second here in Oxford. Bardavas goes back to first yet again. King 0 for 2 this year on stolen base attempts. Ball State not a team that runs on the base paths a ton. As that pitch in for a strike. Off speed pitch, able to find the zone there, brings the count to 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Looks high. 2-1 count. Bardavas facing some trouble here. And Ball State doing a good job of raising the pitch count for the Miami Star. They did a good job of that yesterday, as that pitch is outside for ball 3. Barnabas set, thrown from the stretch with the runner on first. 3-1 pitch is high. That's going to be a walk. Ball State has 2 runners on with 2 walks, and Michael Hawkquist up for the Cardinals.
At the plate, number 25, shortstop, Michael Hawkquist.
Hawkquist struck out his last at-bat, but is always a threat. Leads the MAC in home runs and total bases. He's tied for the lead, has 10 home runs on the year. He's tied with a couple other players. Total bases, he has a bit of a cushion there. He has 87. I believe he has around a 10 base lead in that stat. Also leads the MAC in hits with 45 and a second in RBIs. Definitely one of the first, if not the first person you'd want up if you're Ball State in this position. Runners on second and first for the shortstop. 2 outs in the inning. Barnabas set, steals, big swing and miss from Hallquist. 0-1 count. Infield playing back, trying to keep the ball in front of them. Buzzio creeping up to second and runs away as the pitch comes in. Outside, 1-1. Barnabas trying to limit the damage here and keep it a manageable deficit for Miami. Top of the second here, 1-1. That is roped down the left field line, but foul. That was rocketed right at the end of the Miami dugout. I don't think it got in. But we saw some players scatter away there at the last second. Looks like it did get in. They're trying to move the ball up. 1-2 count, 2 outs in the inning. Wind starting to pick up, starting to blow right and out a little bit. 1-2 pitch from Vardavas. Swing and miss from Hallquist there. Novak does a Dabwick at first, and Miami able to limit the damage, but Ball State gets the first run on the board. Heading to the bottom of the second here, Ball State up 1-0 on Red Hawk Radio. Bottom of the second here in Oxford, Ball State gets their first run of the game in the top of the inning. Ball State up 1-0 as the cleanup batter for Miami, Ryan Novak, up for the RedHawks. Novak 0 for 2 yesterday with 2 walks and reached on fielder's choice. The first pitch from Johnson in for a strike. 0-1 count to the freshman left fielder. Novak hitting .283 on the year. 437 on base, 424 slugging. 0-1 pitch, fouled off down the left-hand side. Novak last week 6 for 14, 2 doubles, 4 RBIs, and 1 run in the sweep at Akron. 0-2 pitch from Johnson misses low for ball 1. 1-2 count as the stands here at McKie Field at Hayden Park are starting to fill up quickly. It is a beautiful day today, about 51, 52 degrees. Sparse clouds. Curveball from Johnson able to get Novak. That was a nasty pitch. Novak flailing at that one. One up, one down for Ball State.
Number 6, Dylan Baker.
Shortstop Dylan Baker now up for Miami. Baker 0 for 3 yesterday with a walk. Miami will take that here as they're still looking for their first base runner on the day. First pitch low for ball 1. Baker transfer from College of the Desert. Wonder if they have other colleges like that. College of the Lake, College of the Ocean, whatnot. 1-0 pitch from Johnson, fouled off. Brings the count even, 1-1. Baker, redshirt junior from Tampa, Florida, stands at 6 foot, 190 pounds. The only member of his JUCO grad class in 2022 to go D1. The College of the Desert had 2 D1 commits last season. Curveball from Johnson misses inside. 2-1. Johnson set, 2-1. Big swing and miss from Baker there. Johnson getting a lot of swings and misses today. Been very effective so far. Actually, the most effective you could be. 4 up, 4 down so far. 2-2 count to the redshirt junior. Johnson set, deals. Pitch, another off-speed pitch. Got Baker swinging, missing. That's going to bring the second out of the inning. Johnson, that's his 4th strikeout. 4 out of 5 batters striking out today. So far, so good for the freshman lefty. Brings up Evan Applewick, the Indiana transfer, making his first plate appearance of the series. That is going to be hit high into right field, and right fielder Decker Scheffler able to make the catch. 3 up, 3 down again for Miami after 2. Ball State up 1-0. We'll bring you the 3rd inning here on Red Hawk Radio. Top of the 3rd here in Oxford. Ball State still up 1-0. Decker Scheffler, 3-hole hitter up for Ball State. 4 hits so far for the Cardinals. First pitch from Barnabas misses outside for ball 1. Scheffler singled in his last at bat, and it looks like he's going to hit it to the left side of the field again, but that is going to be caught by Ryan Novak in left field. 1 up, 1 down for the RedHawks, as Blake Beavis steps in for the Cardinals. Beavis reached on an error by Dylan Baker, the shortstop, in his last at bat. First pitch off speed, able to find the zone. Vardavas pitching pretty well so far. 1 walk, 2 strikeouts today, 1 run on 4 hits, but has been able to get out of a couple jams so far and limit the damage. As that pitch misses the zone, gonna even the count at 1-1. Buzzio at second base, shifting to the left side of the infield, a couple steps left of second base as that pitch is fouled back, gonna bring the count to 1-2. We saw that quite a bit from Miami yesterday. Of course, you're allowed to do that in college baseball, but not in the professional ranks, as that is foul down the left field side. And thrown into the bullpen by third baseman Tyler Gordon. If this was MLB rules, Buzzio would be about right at second base, but can't cross over, as that is once again fouled down the left field line and into the Miami bullpen. And you have to think that means more inside pitches to the right-hander as well. 1-2 pitch. Misses the zone for ball 2. Looks like there was some miscommunication there between Vardavas and catcher David Novak. Ball just got past him there. Vardavas set. The pitch. Off speed again. Misses the zone. Crowd is not happy about that one. I think everybody thought that was a strike besides home plate umpire Jason Smith. The pitch from Vardavas, that is a hit hard into left field, but is going to stay in the ballpark and be caught by Novak. 2 outs in the inning. So that controversial call from Jason Smith ended up not mattering there. Clay Jacobs, left fielder, now up for Ball State. Jacobs' last at bat popped up to the shortstop Dylan Baker to end the top of the first. First pitch squares around a bunt and pulls away for ball 1. We have seen head coach Rick Maloney do that quite a few times yesterday, bunting with 2 outs. You typically don't see that. So he squares around again for a strike. Jacob squared up on that one, pulled away, but was called a strike on the off-speed pitch. 1-1 count, 2 outs in the inning here in the top of the third. Vardavas set, steals, in for strike 2. No swing or bunt attempt from Jacobs there. But yeah, as I mentioned yesterday, we saw Ball State square around a bunt quite often, even with 2 strikes in the top of the 8th. 1-2 pitch off speed, fouled off behind home plate. That at-bat was by, that I mentioned earlier, was from Dylan Grego yesterday, who Maloney brought in as a defensive substitution in the bottom of the 8th inning, in a 3-2 count with 2 outs. I think that was to mess with the batter's head. That was a move I've never seen before, as that pitch is swung and missed for strike 3. 3 up, 3 down for Miami. We are going to head to the bottom of the third. Ball State still up 1-0. You're listening to Miami Baseball live on Red Hawk Radio. Bottom of the third here at McKie Field. Keegan Johnson still going for Ball State. Thrown 18 pitches so far, and those have been very good pitches. Has 4 strikeouts on the day today, and 6 up, 6 down through 2. David Novak, the catcher, up for Miami. 0 for 3 yesterday with a hit by pitch. That is going to be clubbed into right field. It could get down, but it is caught by right fielder Decker Scheffler. That one hung up in the air a little bit too long. First pitch swing from the catcher. Aggressive strategy there. Looked good off the bat, but just hung up in the air a little bit too long. Blake Buzzio, the second baseman, now up for Miami. 1 for 3 yesterday with a single and a run. Starting to get some more playing time this weekend and last week, as that first pitch is going to be clubbed into left field, hit sky high, but caught by left fielder Clay Jacobs. So 2 pitches, 2 outs for Ball State. You would have to think Tyler Gordon, the sophomore third baseman rounding out the order here, is going to be taking at least 1 here, maybe 2. 0-0 pitch from Johnson, taken by Gordon for a strike. And you would think Gordon might have to take this one as well. But you don't want to put your hitter in an 0-2 deficit either. It's a tricky situation on this lefty on lefty matchup. 0-1 pitch, able to find the zone. 0-2 count. Gordon, RBI triple yesterday, tried to extend it to a go-ahead inside the park home run, but was thrown out of home plate. That was going to be clubbed into center field. 1 bounces to center fielder Nick Gregory, and Miami gets their first hit and base runner in the game. Good 2-out, 2-strike hitting from the sophomore Gordon. Really starting to get hot now. Brings up the top of the order, and Zach McDonald for Miami, who takes a strike. Brings the count to 0-1. McDonald struck out his last at bat. 0-1 off speed again, swing and miss from McDonald. McDonald hitting .350 coming into the game today. Leads the team and is top 10 in the MAC. Leads the team in average, on-base percentage, and slugging percentage. But facing an 0-2 deficit here to the freshman Johnson. 0-2 pitch. Able to find the zone for strike 3. His 5th strikeout of the day today, and 2nd for McDonald. And after 3, Ball State still leads 1-0. We're going to head to the top of the 4th here. You're listening to Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio. We'll be back right after this. already in the top of the fourth here at McKie Field at Hayden Park on the campus of Miami University in Oxford, Ohio. Very quick game so far. Ball State up 1-0 here. Ball State, 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors. Miami, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error today. First pitch to Matthew Kamens, in for a strike. Nice off-speed pitch from Nick Vardavas to start out the inning. Kamens' last at-bat, singled into left field to start the top of the second inning. And that is going to be fouled off behind home plate. More fans starting to file in here. We have a very good crowd today. It's a beautiful day to watch some baseball. As that pitch is outside for ball 1. Currently 51 degrees, but it feels like 62. Not a lot of wind today. Sunny day with a few clouds. Breaking ball from Vardavas. Misses the zone. Brings the count to 2-2. For how skilled both these teams are offensively, as the pitch from Vardavas is going to be hit well into center field, but caught by McDonald. 1 up, 1 down for Miami. Anyway, as skilled offensively as both these teams are, and as good as they are statistically, I'm surprised we've seen such low-scoring games yesterday and so far today. As Hunter Dobbins stands in for Ball State. First pitch to the catcher is low for ball 1. Dobbins, the #1 MAC prospect for the 2024 MLB draft, according to D1 Baseball. Is also a Buster Posey Award nominee for this season, as that is fouled off down the right field side. Dobbins, a junior from Indianapolis, Indiana, so he is draft eligible after this season. Made the MAC all-defensive team last season. 0-2 pitch. Misses outside for ball 2. I guess I missed one. 2-1 count. My apologies there. Pitch misses outside again. 3-1 count. Dobbins grounded into a double play. Last at bat. And yet again, the second baseman, Buzzio, a couple steps left of home plate from the home plate, or from second base from the home plate view, and that got him. No, it didn't. It looks like, it sounded like it hit him. It looked like it hit him, but it looked like it got the knob of his bat. You could tell based on his reaction, everybody was just standing there. There was no concern or anything. Dobbins didn't even try to fake it. Brings the count full. 3-2 pitch. Rope down the left field line, but foul. Three-two count to Dobbins. 1 out in the inning. Bases empty here in the top of the fourth. Ball State up 1-0. Vardavas set, pitching from the stretch. The pitch is low for ball 4. Ball State able to get another runner on again. Brings up the third baseman, Nick Kozovsky. Last at bat hit a ground rule double into right field, right over the head of Zaborowski in right field. You have to wonder, because Zaborowski, as far as I know, is his first time playing right field. It's the first time I've seen him play in that position. Usually playing at first and third as that first pitch misses low and inside for ball 1. You have to wonder if it was if somebody else in right field would have been able to make that play. But Zaborowski's starting to play all over the field this season, as there's a big swing and miss there from the third baseman. Brings the count to 1-1. Vardavas goes to first. Runner breaks for second. The throw to second is in time. Dobbins caught by Vardavas. And as you are coach, if you get caught, you just go straight to second. The throw from Applewick, the first baseman, was a little off. It was a great catch and tag by the shortstop, Dylan Baker. Anyway, that brings the second out of the inning to Miami in a 1-1 count. Pitch just misses the zone. 2-1 count. Base is now empty for the third baseman. The pitch ropes down the left field line and fair. That's going to get into the corner. This is definitely extra bases. Isofsky going to second and is going to stay there. His second double of the day. But yet again, that pickoff to get Hunter Dobbins looms large, as he definitely could have scored on that play, or at the very least could have gone to third. Nevertheless, Ball State has a runner in scoring position here with 2 outs as Houston King rounds out the order. Another RBI opportunity for King. Last at bat, he singled into left field and brought in Hizovsky and looking to do it again. Miami calls time and there's going to be a meeting on the mound. I'm not sure if this, I don't think this is going to be a pitching change. I think this is going to be a meeting to calm down Vardavas and potentially discuss some strategy here against the lefty King. Been very reminiscent of the top of the second inning where where Ball State was able to get a runner on and either through a double play or pickoff was able to get out, but still had opportunities to bring runners home. In the top of the second, Houston King was able to do that, and here in the top of the fourth, he has an opportunity to do it again. Vardavas set, 2 outs in the inning. 0-0. Fouled off right behind home plate. Looked like a check swing from Houston King that got the ball. Gordon at third playing about even with the bag. Everybody else playing deep. Left and center field playing a little shallow, especially Novak in left against the lefty. Second pitch, off speed again. Got the check swing from King. Now King faces an 0-2 deficit. Vardavas looks down at his wristband to see what pitch he's going to throw. Set, thrown from the stretch. 0-2 is going to be hit to Buzzio at second. Makes the play, and the throw to Applewick in time. Vardavas and Miami able to get out of it with no runs. 1 hit for Ball State. Ball State still leads 1-0. Hangs to the bottom of the fourth here on Red Hawk Radio. Bottom of the fourth here in Oxford. Ball State still up 1-0. Rylan Zaborowski going to lead off for the RedHawks. Zaborowski struck out swinging in his last at-bat. One of 5 strikeouts for freshman Keegan Johnson on the day today. Having a very good outing so far. First pitch to Zaborowski, curveball, big swing and miss from the right fielder. We've seen a lot of off-speed pitches to Zaborowski today and yesterday. 0-1 pitch, fastball, low, bouncer to home plate for ball 1. One of the fastballs Zaborowski got yesterday was high, but tomahawked that thing into left field for his 6th home run of the season. 1-1 pitch, curveball again, big swing and miss from Zaborowski again. 1-2 count. Miami looking to get the leadoff man on. Outfielders playing deep. 1-2 pitch from Johnson. Curveball again, low and in. 2-2 count. Johnson working quickly. Pauses for a second, deep breath in and out. 2-2, high and outside. 89-mile-per-hour fastball, misses the zone. Brings the count full. Big pitch here. Miami looking to get the leadoff batter on. Johnson trying to start the inning strong again. 3-2 pitch from Johnson. Curveball that is going to be hit into left field. Might drop in between shortstop and left field, and it does. It wasn't pretty, but it got the job done. Shortstop Michael Hawkins reached out to get it, but the ball went just above his glove. And Zaborowski gets the party started for Miami. Brings up Ty Badisech. 0 for 5 in the series. 5 groundouts. Definitely would not want to see one here if you're Miami with the runner on first. First pitch, curveball outside. Hysovsky at third, playing about even. Preparing for a potential bunt here for the DH. 1-0 outside again. Brings the count to 2-0, and Dobbins going to go out to the mound to chat with Johnson. This is the first time today we've seen Keegan Johnson face some trouble to start off the inning. 32 pitches so far today. So still a lot of room to work with there. Giving up 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. So 5 of the 9 outs that he's gotten so far today have been strikeouts. Very good outing for the freshman. But facing some trouble here. 2-0 count to Badisech, the lefty. DH. The pitch. Able to find the zone. Fastball. 2-1. Outfielders playing normal depth. No strong wind right now. Modest lead for Zaborowski at first. Curveball that is going to be clubbed into center field, but is going to be caught by Gregory. It looked good off the bat of Badisech, but Gregory was able to make a good jump on it, and the ball died a little bit. Nevertheless, an out for Ball State. Brings up Ryan Novak, the left fielder. Novak struck out swinging in his last at-bat. First pitch is low for ball 1. Third baseman Hysovsky playing about even with the bag. First baseman Beavis holding Zaborowski on as that pitch is high for ball 2. In the middle infielders, shortstop Hallquist and second baseman Kamens playing about double play depth. Or not about, they are playing double play depth. As the opportunity is there. 2-0 from Johnson. Fastball misses high. Brings the count to 3-0. Johnson struggling to find the zone a little bit this inning. The bottom of the fourth. We'll see if Miami's able to capitalize. 3-0, take from Batisech inside. Best opportunity for Miami yet, and Dylan Baker. Runners on second and first, 1 out in the inning. Baker struck out swinging in his last at-bat. Johnson set. 0-0. Misses low and in. 5 straight balls for the freshman. One pitch could really change this game in either direction. Freshman Johnson set and deals 1-0, able to find the zone there. When he's needed to find the zone, he's been using his fastball. It's what he did in that last pitch. 89-mile-per-hour fastball, able to find the zone there. 1-1 pitch, 1 out in the inning to Baker. Off speed, able to find the zone again. And now Dylan Baker facing a 1-2 deficit. Evan Applewick stands on deck for Miami. And David Novak in the hole. That pitch fouled off. Even if Baker gets out here, it's important to foul off all these pitches as Keegan Johnson's pitch count stands at 40. You're going to need to have some long at-bats if you're Miami, so you're able to get to the Ball State bullpen. For comparison, Vardavas has thrown 65, so Ball State's doing a good job of that. 1-2 pitch, big swing and miss there from Baker. Curveball broke into the right-hander, and he couldn't resist it. Brings 2 outs in the inning and a big at-bat for first baseman Evan Applewick. Applewick flew out to right field in his last at-bat, facing a big one here, biggest at-bat of the game so far. First pitch, curveball in for a strike. Zaborowski got hit to lead off the inning. And Novak walked. As that pitch misses the zone for ball 1. Zaborowski, modest lead at second. Novak the same at first. Neither of them being held on as that pitch is fouled off down the right field side. No strong wind. 1-2 pitch from Johnson. Curveball bounces to the plate. Evens the count at 2-2. Zaborowski and Novak still not being held on. A ball past the infield gets Zaborowski home and ties the game. 2-2 pitch from Johnson, fouled off behind home plate. Biggest at-bat of the day so far. Miami looking to tie this thing up. Ball State winning 1-0. Pitch from Johnson. Low. Brings the count full. And you would have to think that Zaborowski at second and Novak at first will both be going on the pitch here. So a ball into the gap would be able to score 2. and give Miami the lead. Johnson set the payoff pitch. Curveball hit right to the shortstop. Strunk to first in time. Good play by Hallquist, the shortstop, to the first baseman Beavis, and Ball State able to get out of it. After 4, the Cardinals still lead 1-0. You are listening to Miami Baseball here on Red Hawk Radio. Top of the 5th here in Oxford. Top of the order up for Ball State. Nick Gregory up for the 3rd time today. Walked in his last at bat. First pitch from Vardavas in for a strike. Off speed pitch, able to find the zone. Third baseman Gordon playing in for a potential bunt. 0-1 high and inside. 83-mile-per-hour pitch. Not quite hard enough to be a fastball, but too hard to be his usual off speed, usually sitting at like 77, 78. There's a 75-mile-per-hour fastball that's bouncing into the plate. Brings the count to 2-1. Gregory flew out today and walked in his last at bat. 2-1 pitch, fouled off right behind home plate. Still a good crowd today at McKie Field. Doesn't quite feel as warm underneath this tent, but nevertheless I have been in much worse weather, so I will take it. 2-2 pitch. Hit hard down the right side of the field, past first baseman Applewick. Zaborowski gets in right field and throws it in. Leadoff batter gets on base for Ball State. His first hit of the day for Gregory. Brings up the shortstop Hallquist. Struck out swinging in his last at bat. It's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts today. But as I mentioned earlier, 10 home runs on the year. Leads the MAC. Always a dangerous at bat here. First pitch. Just in for a ball. I think it was in. As I mentioned earlier, I don't have the best view of the play. It's not straight on, so I can't speak if the call was right or not, just my opinion. 1-0 pitch, high for ball 2. Barnabas goes back to first. Gregory able to get back in time. Gregory 5 for 6 on the season in stolen base attempts. Decker Scheffler, the man on deck, 9 for 12 on the season. That leads the team in both. That pitch in for a strike brings the count to 2-1. Both these teams, not exactly teams that will steal a lot, as Vargas goes back to first again. Both these teams in the lower half of stolen base attempts and successful attempts. As that pitch swung and missed by Hallquist, brings the count to 2-2. Vardavis set. 2-2 pitch. Curveball, able to get him again. Third strikeout on the day for Hallquist. And the fourth of the day for Vardavis. Brings up Decker Scheffler, the 3-hole hitter. 1 for 2 today. Lined out to right field in his last at bat. Vardavis goes back to first. 1 out in the inning. Ball State up 1-0. Scored 1 run in the top of the second off a single from Houston King. Before that, a double from Nick Hasovsky as Vardavis goes back to first. Miami, a couple opportunities to get some runs in, but haven't been able to get any across. Just 2 hits today for the RedHawks. 6 for Ball State, and that is going to be hit well into center field. McDonald got a tremendous jump on that and was able to make the catch. Brings the second out of the inning for Miami. That looked dangerous off the bat of Scheffler. I thought that was going to split the left center gap, and it looked in as well, but Zach McDonald got a tremendous jump on that and was able to make that catch very easily. It looked easy, but it was not. Brings up Blake Beavis, the first baseman, lined out to left field in his last at-bat. Runner goes. Throw is offline, and a tremendous play by Buzzio, the second baseman, to get it. And then he started to run into the outfield, pretending that he missed it to try to trick the runner, Gregory, but it did not work. Means Gregory is 6 for 7 on the year in stolen bases. Pitch was a ball, by the way. That pitch is low, going to bring the count to 2-0. 2 outs in the inning here in the top of the 5th. And Buzzio once again, pretty much right behind the runner at second base, shifted to the left side of the infield. Curveball, that is hard hit into left field, but foul. That would have been a no doubt home run. Beavis's first, or pardon me, 7th of the season, but just foul, luckily for Miami. That thing was absolutely powered. 2-1 count. Lefty on righty matchup. Vardavis set. Deals and is able to shoot the gap. That is going to bring Gregory home, and Ball State is going to extend their lead 2-0. That ball was hit right where the second baseman Buzzio would have been if he was not shifted over. So Beavis, a great job taking advantage of what the defense gave him. We will see in the next at-bat if Miami continues to do that or not. I would think that they wouldn't. But that's going to bring up Clay Jacobs, the left fielder. First pitch in for a strike. Jacobs 0 for 2 today. Struck out swinging in his last at-bat. Ball State up 2-0 here in the top of the 5th. 0-1 pitch high for ball 1. Gordon at third, a couple steps away from the bag. Usually you'd see the infielder shifted over as Vardavis goes back to first against a lefty, but that is not the case here. So there's a pretty big gap between Gordon and Baker at third and short, and another gap between Buzzio and Applewick, as Applewick, the first baseman, is holding the runner on. Zaborowski in right field playing really deep. McDonald about normal depth, and Gordon, or sorry, pardon me, Novak in left field playing shallow, which you would expect against a lefty as that pitch is fouled off. 1-2 count to the lefty. 2 outs in the inning. Vardavas in Miami trying to limit the damage. Ball State continuing to do a good job of running up the pitch count of Vardavas in Miami. Did a good job of it yesterday. They're continuing it today. 1-2 pitch. Going to be hit to Buzzio at second, flips it to Baker, and that's how the inning will end. With Ball State able to get another run across off the RBI from Beavis. We're going to head to the bottom of the fifth. Ball State up 5-0 here on Red Hawk Radio. Bottom of the fifth here in Oxford, David Novak, the catcher, up for Miami, 0 for 1 today. Flew out to the right fielder, Scheffler, in his last at-bat. That started off the bottom of the third inning. Keegan Johnson still on the mound for Ball State. 52 pitches in. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. Given up 2 hits, no runs. Has 1 walk and 6 strikeouts today. Johnson got in a bit of trouble last inning at 2 runners on, but was able to get out of it with no runs across as that pitch misses outside. 2-0 count to Novak. That pitch misses outside again. 3-0 count. We've seen Johnson last inning, and now to start off the bottom of the fifth, struggling to find the zone, especially early in the count. At the very least, I'll run his pitch count up, as that misses outside. A 4-pitch walk, and Novak, the leadoff batter, gets on base for Miami.
Second baseman, Blake Buzzio.
Both of Johnson's walks today have been 4-pitch walks. Brings up the second baseman, Blake Buzzio, who lined out to the left fielder, Clay Jacobs, in his last at-bat. No outs in the inning, runner on first, squares around a bunt. Oh, wow. Did that get him? It did get him, but they appealed down to first base umpire Jay Myers, and he said he went around. He was still squared up to bunt, so that's going to be strike 1. It's a weird play. But yeah, Buzzio, it did appear that way, that he was still squared around to bunt. The curveball got him. 0-1 count to Buzzio. Curveball again. Hit high but foul down the left field side. And Buzzio facing an 0-2 deficit. A fortunate break for Ball State there, that Buzzio was still squared around to bunt. Otherwise, Miami would have runners on second and first with no outs, but instead, an 0-2 count. And that's fouled off down the right field line. Could be a much different game and situation for Tyler Gordon had that happened. 0-2 pitch. Low for ball one. Another tight-knit game just like yesterday. 1-2 pitch. Bounce is still played again. 2-2. Another tight-knit, close pitcher's duel. And we're going to have a meeting on the mound here. To be expected. Pitching coach Justin Weschler in his first season for Ball State meets Johnson on the mound. Previously an area scout for the Chicago White Sox and pitched at Ball State from 1999 to 2001. There to consult Keegan Johnson. Weschler working for head coach, manager Rich Maloney in his 19th season. 2-2 pitch for Johnson. Is low, brings the count full. Big pitch here for both sides. Johnson set, thrown from the stretch. Raises his leg, curveball, got him swinging. Curveball landed in the outside part of the zone. Buzzio twisted and turned his body to try to get to it, but it did not work. And brings the first out of the inning to Ball State. And brings up Tyler Gordon, the third baseman, 1 for 1 on the day. Singled to center field for Miami's first hit and base runner's last at bat. Gordon squares around to bunt. Did he go? Yes, he did. The pitch was a curveball low and outside, ungettable for someone trying to square around and bunt. Gordon not able to pull away from it in time. 1 pitch, 1 strike for the freshman Johnson. Johnson set again, 0-1 high and in. Johnson still sitting at about 89, 90 mile per hour on his fastball. And Johnson set, ready to go again. Wind blowing slightly in now. Not very hard, but noticeable. Gordon went again. Tried to hold the check swing, but was not able to contain it. Another curveball there. Gordon looking for another game-changing hit. Not able to get it there. Swings and misses on the fastball. And that is going to be Johnson's 8th strikeout on the day. And bring the second out of the inning here in the bottom of the 5th. Brings up the top of the order for Miami, Zach McDonald. 0 for 2 today. Two strikeouts on the day for McDonald. First pitch to the center fielder, low. It took a minute for Dobbins, the catcher, to see it, but runner at first, Novak, did not go. 1-0 count. Two outs in the inning, Ball State up 2-0. 1-0 count. Johnson set, deals, curveball again. And a bouncer down the left field side evens the count at 1-1. 1-1. Fouled off. And now McDonald in a 1-2 deficit, in danger of facing his third strikeout of the day and ending the inning for Miami, despite David Novak getting on with the leadoff walk. The pitch, high for ball 2. Infielders playing normal depth outside of Beavis holding the runner on. Same with the outfielders. The pitch. Curveball again. Did he go? Yes, he did. The appeal down the first base umpire, Jake Myers, said that he went. That is Keegan Johnson's ninth strikeout of the day, and that gets Miami out of the 5th inning. So after 5, Ball State up 2-0. We'll bring you the 6th inning and the rest of the game here on Miami RedHawk Radio. Top of the 6th here in Oxford. Ball State still up 2-0. Nick Vardava still on the mound for Miami, giving up 7 hits, 2 runs, thrown 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. Currently at 84 pitches, so you have to think this could be his last inning. There is action in the Miami bullpen. I cannot tell who it is from here. It does look like a lefty though, so Miami could look to continue the lefty train here on this Saturday afternoon. Matthew Kamen standing in for Ball State, 1 for 2 today. First pitch low for ball 1. Kamen's lined out to McDonald in center field in his last at bat. Start off the top of the 4th inning. That pitch outside for ball 2. Infield playing deep. Buzzio at second in the outfield. About a step or 2 into the outfield. 2-0 pitch, curveball in for a strike. Two one, also in for a strike. Another curveball for Vardavas. Up next for Ball State is Hunter Dobbins, Nick Hasovsky, and Houston King. So 2 righties and King the lefty up. Another curveball. Strike 3 for Vardavas. His 5th of the day. And a strong start to top the 6th for Vardavas and the RedHawks. Brings up the catcher Dobbins. Walked in his last at bat, but got picked off by Vardavas in the 4th inning. Wind starting to pick up here and blowing straight to the right. First pitch low for ball 1. If anything, I would say slightly in, based off of the big U.S. flag in dead center field. 1-0 pitch. This is low. 2-0 count to Dobbins. One out in the inning. Ball State up 2-0 in the top of the sixth. That is going to be poked hard into right field. Zaborowski able to make the catch. 2 up, 2 down for Miami. And that brings up Nick Kozovsky, probably the player of the game so far. 2 doubles today. First pitch to the third baseman. Hitting the outside corner for strike 1. Kozovsky came into today hitting .298, and with his 2 doubles, now hitting .322 on the year. That is hit hard to the third baseman. Gordon able to make the throw to Applewick. 3 up, 3 down for Miami. Heading to the bottom of the 6th here in McKie Field. Miami looking for 2 runs here on Red Hawk Radio. Bottom of 6th here in Oxford. Zaborowski leading off for the RedHawks. Miami down 2-0. Ball State scoring runs in the 2nd and 5th innings, I should say. Keegan Johnson still on the mound at 72 pitches. 9 strikeouts today, 2 hits, 2 walks. First pitch is Zaborowski in for a strike. Zaborowski last at bat, a softly hit single into left field. Just over the glove of Hallquist, the shortstop, as that pitch is outside for ball 1. 1-1 count to the right fielder. Outfield shifted slightly left. Infield playing about normal depth. 1-1 pitch to Zaborowski. In for a strike. The Miami bench not happy about that one. Looked in, if anything. Again, I don't have the best view of it, so I'm not going to give my opinion on that. Curveball to Zaborowski, hit hard down the left field line, but foul, went right to the Miami dugout. Count remains at 1-2. Action in the Miami bullpen. It is a lefty. I cannot see exactly who it is, though. The fence in front of me is preventing me from seeing the number. But it looks like we could see a new pitcher for Miami in the top of the 7th. 1-2 to Zaborowski. Hit hard opposite side. If it remains fair, it's a good hit, but it's not. That was just foul. Kept curving that way. I didn't know if it was going to stop and eventually land fair. But that would have been extra bases for Zaborowski if that ball landed fair. Count remains 1-2. Johnson looking for his 10th strikeout on the day. The pitch from Johnson. Strike 3. Got Zaborowski swinging. And Keegan Johnson with his 10th strikeout on the day. Quite the performance from the freshman today. brings up the DH Batisech. First pitch to DH, in for a strike. I will say, Keegan Johnson starting to do a much better job this inning of getting ahead in the count. He was having trouble with that in the 4th and 5th innings, but starting to find his zone again here in the bottom of the 6th as that pitch misses outside for ball 1. Batisech flew out to the center fielder Gregory in his last at-bat. 1-1 pitch from Johnson. Outside, did he go? He did not. Peeled down to third base umpire Sal Guillermonto. I'm sorry, I did definitely not pronounce that right. But anyway, appealed down to him, said he did not go. 2-1 pitch from Johnson is inside. 3-1 count to Batisech. Johnson has a couple high strikeout games this season. February 17th against Merrimack, he had 9 strikeouts in 4 2/3 innings. And March 24th against Toledo, as that pitch misses. No, is able to find the outside corner. Batisech tossed his bat to the dugout. Thought he was heading to first base, but plate umpire Jason Smith said that got the corner. Batisech has to reset and focus on this 3-2 count. Keegan Johnson can get his career high in strikeouts with the strikeout here, the pitch. That one is a ball. And Batisech with the same flip, toss, whatever you want to call it, to the Miami dugout. As I mentioned earlier, Keegan Johnson, his career high in strikeouts came March 24th against Toledo, threw 11 strikeouts in 7 innings. Gave up 4 hits, 1 run, and threw 2 walks. Ryan Novak up for Miami, walked in his last at-bat. First pitch in for a strike. One out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Ball State up 2-0. Miami trying to cut into the deficit. 0-1 pitch. Misses outside. Evens the count at 1-1. Right fielder Decker Scheffler playing pretty deep. Center field and left field playing about normal depth. 1-1 pitch. Curveball outside. 2-1. Wind starting to blow straight in. Wind hasn't been that bad today, but it has been slightly noticeable at points. 2-1. Hit hard, chopper right to the first baseman, throws to second for 1, back to first base. Batisech able to beat the throw though. Only 1 out. Ball State able to get the lead runner. It's a hard hit chopper right to the first baseman Beavis. Made a strong throw. Second base, Hallquist able to make the catch. Back to first base to Beavis. But Batisech able to beat it out. Or not Batisech, Brian Novak, I should say. Batisech got out at second. Dylan Baker stands in for Miami, 0 for 2 today. Struck out swinging in his last at-bat. Runner on first for the shortstop. 2 outs in the inning here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pitch low and in for ball 1. Evens the count at 1-1. Evan Applewick on deck for Miami. David Novak in the hole. Only 2 hits today for Miami. 1-1, hit hard right to the shortstop Hawkquist, flips it to the second baseman Kamens, and Ball State able to get out of it once again. After 6, Ball State leads 2-0. We're going to head to the top of the 7th here. You're listening to Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio. Top of the 7th here in Oxford. End of the road for Nick Vardavis. Through 6 innings on 94 pitches, gave up 2 runs, both of which were earned on 7 hits through 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. A pretty effective outing for the sophomore. And now in for Miami, Carson Byers, the lefty, sophomore from Mattawan, Michigan, stands at 5'9", 190 pounds. Making his 12th appearance on this season, has thrown 11 innings so far, given up 18 hits, 16 earned runs, has thrown 24 walks and 35 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting 196 against him so far this season, as Houston King stands in for Ball State. Lefty on lefty matchup. First pitch hit high into left field, and Ryan Novak able to make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out for Byers. Byers last pitched Friday at Akron, through 5 innings, gave up 2 earned on 3 hits, through 3 walks and 7 strikeouts. So pretty good outing for the sophomore, as Byers faces his second batter and second lefty. Leadoff hitter Nick Gregory up for Ball State, 1 for 2 today. First pitch in for a strike. Gregory singled through the right side of the infield in his last at bat. As we see Buzzio shifting over. Pitch is low for ball 1. We see I believe that is Baker, the shortstop, right behind second base. And Buzzio, the second baseman, playing right in between second base and first base into the outfield. As that pitch is outside for ball 2. The Miami bench and fans not happy about that call. And I'm starting to have... We heard Jason Smith, the home plate umpire, respond to the Miami bench. He said, "I heard you, that's enough, and we have time on the field. This could get interesting." All right, Gregory set. Oh, here we go. And now Jason Smith calling time again, arguing with the Miami bench, said, "Don't say any more to me." We'll see how this develops throughout the rest of the game, if we have any ejections from the Miami bench or potentially manager Brian Smiley. 2-1 pitch from Byers is outside, ball 3. we're starting to hear the Ball State bench starting to support umpire Smith again. 3-1 pitch. In for a strike, brings the count full. And a sarcastic cheer from the Miami side of the ballpark and Miami bench. 3-2 pitch, 1 out in the inning. 3-2 from Byers. Is fouled off behind home plate. Applewick bear hugging the first base line. Byers thrown from the stretch. Payoff pitch. Fouled off again. Ball State doing a good job of fighting here, and especially Nick Gregory, the senior center fielder. Wind starting to pick up. 3-2 pitch. Tipped into the glove of Novak. Second out of the inning for Byers. 2 up, 2 down. Brings up Michael Hawkins, the shortstop, 0 for 3 today. Lined out to McDonald in center field. Well, actually not really in center field, more in left center in his last at bat. McDonald got a great jump on that ball. First pitch to the shortstop. In for a strike. Another sarcastic cheer from the Miami fans right behind home plate. 0-1 count. Infielders playing normal depth, no shifting right now. Ball is high for ball 1, evens the count at 1-1 as the sun is starting to poke out again. Rest of the inning, it's been pretty cloudy, but you could definitely see the sun poking out now, and has gotten noticeably warmer. 1-1 count to the shortstop. The pitch is in for a strike. Byers starting to hammer the strike zone. I will say, every time I've had a game where Byers is pitching, that's what he's done well, is absolutely hammer the strike zone and let the defense work behind him. 1-2 pitch from the lefty, 2 outs in the inning. Is low. Low and or inside, evens the count at 2-2. Byers starting to walk off the mound there, but Jason Smith said, nope, we're going to even the count. One more pitch. 2-2, 2 outs in the inning here in the top of the 7th. The pitch from Byers got him swinging. 4th strikeout in the day for, or pardon me, 3rd out of the inning. Time to stretch here in Oxford. Ball State up 2-0. Miami needs a couple runs to rally. We will bring you the bottom of the 7th and the rest of the game here on Red Hawk Radio. Bottom of the 7th here in Oxford. End of the line for Keegan Johnson. A very good outing today. 6 innings on 91 pitches. No runs, only 2 hits, 3 walks, and 10 strikeouts. Very good performance from the lefty. Right-hander Sam Klein, the senior from Bloomington, Indiana, in for Ball State. First pitch to Applewick, barehanded by shortstop Hawkquist. A strong throw to first, able to get Applewick in time. That ball was hit hard to the right of Hawkquist. He's able to backhand it, make a very strong throw to Beavis at first. Sam Klein, the new pitcher for Ball State, stands at 6'5", 208 pounds. Has thrown 18 2/3 this season. First pitch in for a strike. Given up 28 hits this year, 25 runs, 17 of which are earned. Has thrown 13 walks and 28 strikeouts. 0-1 pitch to Novak is outside, evens the count at 1-1. Opponents are hitting .326 against Klein this season, making his 10th appearance. Curveball from Klein in for a strike. The Miami bench and fans not happy about that one. And we see Brian Smiley at third base, hands on his hips. 1-2 count. Did he go? He did not. 2-2 count to David Novak, the catcher. Klein last pitched Saturday at Ohio versus Ohio, pardon me, through 3 innings, no runs on 3 hits, through no walks and 6 strikeouts. As that pitch is low, brings the count full. Very effective outing for the senior from Bloomington, Indiana against Ohio. We'll see if he's able to do it again here. Klein set, the payoff pitch. Fouled off by Novak. Novak walked in his last at-bat, looking to do it again. 3-2 pitch. That's hit hard to the left side and able to get through. Hit not too far away from where Applewick hit his, but maybe a couple feet to the left. That was able to get past the shortstop Hawkquist. And now Miami has a runner on first for Buzzio, the second baseman. Buzzio struck out swinging in his last at-bat. First pitch, not able to find the zone, brings the count to 1-0. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Ball State up 2-0. Pitch from Klein, curveball, hit hard down the right side of the infield, gets past the first baseman Beavis, and now Miami's starting to cook here with 2 runners on. That pitch looked high and inside to me, and somehow Buzzio was able to push that ball past the first baseman Beavis. And it brings up Tyler Gordon, the third baseman. 1 for 2 today. Struck out swinging his last at bat. Yesterday had a game-tying triple. Tried to turn it into an go-ahead inside the park home run. As that first pitch, a big swing and miss from Gordon. Gordon tried to go home to take the lead, but was thrown out. 0-1 pitch is fouled off. Oh, 2 count to the third baseman, 1 out in the inning here. Bottom of the 7th, runners on second and first for Miami, down 2-0. Klein set, deals. Hit right to Kamens at second, makes the catch, tries to flip it to second to try to get Novak. But that was not in time. Nevertheless, Ball State gets their second out of the inning. But top of the order up for Miami, Zach McDonald up for the RedHawks. McDonald 0 for 3 today. Three strikeouts on the day for the center fielder. First pitch missed the zone for ball one. Another opportunity for Miami, a couple runners on with 2 outs. That curveball able to find the zone. Brings the count even at 1-1. With such few opportunities left, this is Miami's best chance to capitalize today. And you don't know if you're going to get another opportunity like this, especially with the top of the order up. 1-1 pitch to McDonald, hit hard down the left field side, but foul. One-two count to the center fielder. Infield playing normal depth, neither runner being held on. 1-2, curveball, misses the zone. 2-2 count to McDonald. Klein set the pitch. Curveball again. Got him for strike 3. Another missed opportunity for Miami. Leave 2 runners on. And after 7, Ball State still leads 2-0. We'll be back after this short break with the top of the 8th. You are listening to Miami Baseball live on Red Hawk Radio. After 7 at McKie Field, Ball State remains up 2-0 after scoring 1 run each in the 2nd and 5th innings. Carson Byers remains in to start the 8th inning for Miami, and Decker Scheffler will lead off for Ball State. Scheffler lined out to McDonald in center field in his last at-bat, and fouls off the first pitch right behind home plate to start off the inning. 0-1 count to the right fielder. Scheffler 1 for 3 today. 0-1 pitch is high, going to even the count at 1-1. Scheffler 1 single and 2 flyouts today. 1-1 pitch from Byers. Hit hard into center field, but McDonald able to make the catch, and Scheffler's 3rd flyout today starts off the 8th inning for Miami. Brings up the first baseman, Blake Beavis. 1 for 3 today with an RBI. Single to the right side of the infield, right where Blake Buzzio is now. First pitch inside for ball 1. We saw Buzzio in his last at-bat shift over to the left side of the infield, and Beavis able to take advantage of that, hit it right to where the second baseman usually would be slotted, as that ball is fouled off and even the count at 1-1. And now we see Smiley and the Miami RedHawks put Buzzio on the right side of the infield, although he is shifted a little bit further to my left to his right than he would be usually. That ball hit. Nice diving, or not diving, jumping catch by Dylan Baker, the shortstop. 2 up, 2 down for Miami. That got the handle of the bat. Was not hit too hard, but could have gotten over the head of Baker, but Baker leapt up to make the catch. Brings up the left fielder, Clay Jacobs. Jacobs 0 for 3 today, but reached on a fielder's choice in his last at-bat. First pitch high for ball 1. Gordon playing in at third. All other infielders playing deep. 1-0 pitch. In for a strike. Evens the count at 1-1. Wind has considerably died down to a halt. Hopefully it stays that way. 1-1 pitch to Jacobs. Another curveball misses the zone. And you see Smiley at third base talk to the third base umpire. Maybe asking where that pitch was. 2-1 pitch to Jacobs. Fouled off right behind home plate. Evens the count 2-2. 2 outs in the inning here. Top of the 8th, Ball State up 2-0. Byers very efficient so far. 2-2 pitch to the left fielder. Strike 3. A nice off-speed pitch from Carson Byers. Got the left fielder swinging as his third strikeout on the day. We're going to head to the bottom of the 8th. Miami's still down 2-0 here on Red Hawk Radio. Bottom of the 8th here at McKie Field. Once again, Rylan Zaborowski leading all for Miami. Zaborowski 1 for 3 today. Struck out swinging his last at-bat. First pitch, swing and miss from the right fielder. Sam Klein remains in for Ball State, currently at 18 pitches. He's given up 2 hits, thrown 1 strikeout, no runs, no walks. And has an early head start on the right fielder, Zaborowski. And we have time. And a pitch clock violation from Klein evens the count at 1-1. 1-1 count to the right fielder, Zaborowski. The pitch, big swing and miss again. Pitch was low. We saw Zaborowski get down to his back knee there to try to get the ball. 1-2 count to Zaborowski. The pitch did the same exact thing. Same exact pitch as before. Once again, Zaborowski dropped down to his back knee, tried get it and missed. Brings up the DH Batisech. 0 for 2 today with a walk. 1 walk, 1 ground out, 1 fly out today for the DH. Looking to get on for Miami. Swing and miss on the first pitch. 83 mile per hour. We'll say slider. 0-1 pitch, curveball, missed by Batisech. Klein working quickly. 0-2. That is a hit into center field. Looks like Gregory is under it and able to make the catch. 2 up, 2 down for Ball State. Brings up the cleanup man, Ryan Novak for Miami. Novak also 0 for 2 today with the walk and a fielder's choice, as well as a strikeout and a ground out. First pitch in for a strike. 0-1 count to the left fielder. Klein starting to work quickly. The senior trying to get Ball State to the 9th inning. That pitch low. 1-1 count. Second baseman Kamens a couple steps into the outfield. Infield slightly shifted to the right. That pitch, a dribbler down the left field line, remains foul. Brings the count to 1-2. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th here. Miami still down 2-0 to Ball State. Another hard-fought, low-scoring game just like yesterday where Ball State won 3-2. Ty Batisech, a DH, facing a 1-2 deficit. The pitch from Klein. Fouled off. Miami just needs base runners at this point, any way, anyhow. And they need Batisech to do it right here. 1-2 pitch is low, evens the count 2-2. Batisech had a hard-fought walk in his last at-bat. Was down 0-2. Was able to bring it back to 3-2. And he did it again here. Brings the count full. Big pitch here. Miami needs base runners. Payoff pitch from Klein. Strike 3. Got Batisech swinging. The throw down to first is in time. And after 8, Ball State still remains up 2-0. We'll be back with the 9th inning here on Red Hawk Radio. After 8, Ball State still up 2-0. Matthew Kamens, the second baseman, going to lead off for Ball State. Kamens 1 for 3 today. Struck out in his last at-bat to start the 6th inning. Has a single, a strikeout, and a flyout today. First pitch, big swing and miss there from the second baseman. 2 hours into this game, 3:06. We started at 1, so a little over 2 hours in. We're already in the 9th inning. Very quick, pitching-led defensive game today. 0-1 pitch from Byers. Kamen squares around to bunt. Byers makes the play. Throw down to first is in time. 1 up, 1 down for Miami. That was not an easy play for Byers. It was hit to his opposite side as the lefty would be going right with his momentum. It was bunted to his other side, so he had to get together, get the ball, reset his feet, make a strong throw at first, and he did just that. Hunter Dobbins, the catcher, up for Ball State over 2 today. First pitch inside for ball 1. Dobbins 0 for 2 with a walk today. Lined out to right field in his last at-bat. 1-0, fouled off behind home plate. And we see Buzzio once again shifting to the left side of the field from second base, is about 5 or so steps to the left of second, but in the outfield. 1-1 pitch in for a strike. Byers ahead, working ahead of the count once again, and is up 1-2 on Dobbins. 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Ball State still up 2-0. Pitch from Byers. Fouled off. Looks like it got his foot. Steps out of the batter's box to shake that one off. One-two pitch from Byers is high. Brings the count even at 2-2. That was about the height of the numbers on his jersey. I would expect an off-speed pitch here, I think. Usually we see the high fastball and then the curveball. 2-2 pitch from Byers. Indeed, a curveball hit high in between first and right, but it gets out of play. As of now, I don't see any action in the Miami bullpen, and I'm completely blocked from seeing the Ball State bullpen, so I'm not aware if they have somebody warming up there or not. 2-2 count to the catcher Dobbins. 1 out in the inning. Byers set, deals, and once again fouled off by Dobbins. Infield still shifted to the left side. 2-2, that misses high, gets past the catcher Novak and brings the count full. Luckily nobody was on base, so no damage done. Byers set, ready to deal. The payoff pitch is inside. A hard-fought walk from the catcher Dobbins, his second today.
13, Nick Osofsky.
Brings up the third baseman Hazovsky. 2 for 3 today with 2 doubles. grounded out to Gordon, the third baseman, his last at bat. Miami would definitely appreciate another ground ball here. It could turn 2 and get to the bottom of the 9th. Pitch from Byers. That is hit hard into center field, but that is going to completely die, and McDonald makes the catch. Two outs in the inning. That sounded really good off the bat, but I don't know if it was the weather or the wind, but McDonald able to make the catch pretty easily. The pitch hitter for Ball State, number 4, that would be Corey Miley, a 5'10", 148-pound grad student from Cincinnati, Ohio, and transfer from Coppin State. So a bit of a homecoming for the grad student Miley, hitting .231 on the year. Pitch from Byers is high for ball 1. And we're going to have a meeting on the mound here, how to discuss approaching Corey Miley. Miley pitch hitting for DH Houston King. Miley hitting .231 on the year, on base percentage of .290 and slugging .346. Has not appeared in this series so far. Last week versus Ohio, he hit 3 for 10 with an RBI and a run. This is the 18th appearance of the season for Miley. Has started 7 games so far. And he is facing a 1-0 count to Carson Byers. Byers set, goes to first, not in time. Trying to pick off Dobbins, who has no stolen base attempts on the season. Byers set, ready to go again, top of the 9th. Pitch. It got him. I didn't hear it or see it, but evidently it got Dobbins. And Ball State is going to have runners on second and first. And Miami is going to talk to the home plate umpire, Jason Smith, but we see the umpires meeting together, trying to tell the Miami coach that it's a reviewable play. So if you want to review it, just say you want to review it, and that's what Miami wants to do. New review system for MAC play this year. This is the second time we've seen it. We saw it yesterday on the triple from Tyler Gordon when he was going home. They reviewed the play at home and they said it stood. Here they're going to review if Corey Miley was hit by this pitch or not. Personally, when I first saw the pitch, I was thinking that's a borderline ball or strike. I had no thought in my mind that hit Miley, but obviously Jason Smith, the home plate umpire, is a lot closer to it than I am. Just one man's opinion. The call stands. Ball State's going to have runners on second and first for the leadoff hitter, Nick Gregory. If not, then it will be a 2-0 count, I believe, to Miley. Still 2 outs in the inning regardless here in the top of the 9th. Ball State up 2-0 off of 1 run in the 2nd inning and 1 run in the 5th. RBI singles from Houston King in the 2nd and Blake Beavis in the 5th inning have gotten us to this point. Ball State 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors. And Miami no runs, 4 hits, and 1 error by Dylan Baker, the shortstop. And looks like the call on the field is going to stand. Miley hit by the pitch. And Ball State is going to have runners on 2nd and 1st for the leadoff hitter, Nick Gregory. Gregory 1 for 3 today. 1 for 3 with a walk, a run, and a stolen base. Pitch from Byers is high for ball 1. Obviously pretty critical here for Byers in Miami to limit the damage. You don't want to be down by too much going into the bottom half of the inning. And we have time on the field, not sure what for. And looks like we're going to have a pitch runner for Miley. Coming in for Ball State, number 1, Grant Miller, the junior also from Cincinnati, Ohio. Maybe we're seeing the Cincinnati boys get some playing time, a bit of a homecoming for them. Outfielder making his 23rd appearance on the season. Has not appeared in the series so far. Pitch from Byers is fouled off. One counts to the lefty Gregory. Lefty Byers set. And deals. Curveball in for a strike. 1-2 count. Two outs in the inning. Miami 1 pitch away from getting to the bottom of the half of the inning. The pitch from Byers. Curveball. Strike 3. His 4th strikeout of the day. Byers able to limit the damage. Due up for Miami in the bottom half of the inning, Dylan Baker, Evan Applewick, and David Novak. We'll bring you the bottom half of the 9th and the rest of the game here on Red Hawk Radio. Ball State up 2-0. Bottom of the 9th here in Oxford. Dylan Baker is going to lead off for Miami, down 2. Sam Klein remains in for Ball State, looking to close this out for the Cardinals and get a series-clinching win. First pitch in for a strike. Baker 0 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts. Klein set, working quickly. 0-1 pitch. Hit hard right to the second baseman, Cammons. That was hit very well, but it just It went right to where the second baseman Cammons was standing.
Number 16, Evan
Brings up the
Applewick.
first baseman, Applewick. Applewick also 0 for 3 today. 2 groundouts and 1 flyout. Has left 2 men on base, but bases are empty here. 1 out in the inning. First pitch in for a strike. 0-1 pitch. Low and away for ball 1. Should add defensive substitution for Ball State. As that pitch is low and away for ball 1. Dylan Grego coming into third base. Coming in for Nick Hasovsky. Grego's second appearance today is also a defensive substitution yesterday. 2-1 pitch to Applewick. Swing and miss there from the first baseman. Applewick in a 2-2 deficit. Klein set, deals, pitch, low, runs the count full. 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. Ball State up 2-0. 3-2 count. Payoff pitch is low. And Applewick is going to get on with a walk. Much needed base runner there for Miami. And David Novak will come up as the game tying run. Novak 1 for 2 today with a walk as well. And it looks like Trey Keels is going to come in as a pitch runner for Applewick. And it looks like we're also going to have a meeting on the mound for Ball State. Keels 2 for 4 this season on stolen base attempts. But Applewick does not have any stolen base attempts on the season, so getting more of a faster player and threat there at first base for Miami, that would make sense. Ball State won 3-2 yesterday in a hard-fought defensive showdown. We have another one here today. Ball State currently up 2-0. RBI singles from Houston King in the second and Blake Beavis in the 5th have put them in this spot. David Novak up for Miami. Catcher looking to continue the rally. Klein set, deals, and low for ball 1. Miami dugout encouraging the catcher and or yelling at Klein, trying to distract him. 1-0 pitch, fouled off. Evens the count at 1-1. Klein set again. Infield is playing at normal depth. The pitch outside brings the count to 2-1. Miami trying to put some pressure on the senior Klein. Klein set, pitching from the stretch with a runner on. 2-1. Curveball able to find the zone. Evens the count at 2-2. Novak looking at Smiley, getting his signs. Now steps into the batter's box. Klein set, looks up and down, and deals 2-2. That is hit right to the shortstop. Hallquist flips it to second for 1 and to first, but gets past the first baseman Beavis. So Ball State gets the leading runner Keels, but errant throw from Kamens, the second baseman, gives Miami hope, a sliver of hope. That brings up Buzzio, the second baseman, 1 for 3 today. Also has a strikeout and a flyout. First pitch, foul down the left field line. Klein set, 1 pitch away from getting the series clinching win for Ball State. That pitch hit up the middle by Buzzio. Runners are going to move station to station. Buzzio keeping hope alive for the RedHawks, and that brings up the third baseman, Tyler Gordon, as the winning run. Gordon looking for another game-changing hit. He had one yesterday, had a game-tying triple in the 5th inning, tried to go home, squares around to bunt, pulls away for ball 1. Gordon hit it opposite way on that triple, and the left fielder Jacobs slipped and fell. 1-0 pitch. That is a chopper down the right field line, but foul. Evens the count at 1-1. One counts to the third baseman. Klein set and deals. That is hit right to Hallquist. Going to have to make a running throw to first. And the scoop made by Beavis. And that is how this one is going to end. Hallquist is going to have to charge that one. And then going to have to make a throw on the run. He did that. Although the throw was low, Blake Beavis made a nice scooping effort to end the game for Ball State. With that win, Ball State is going to clinch the series and make their record 19-12 on the year, and that's going to make them 7-7 in MAC play. Ball State, they fall to 12-16 and also 7-7 in MAC play. So that makes tomorrow's game that much bigger, as who will be advancing in the MAC standings, and obviously that's big for tiebreaker purposes as well. Ball State ends up with 2 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. 2 runs coming from an RBI single from Houston King in the 2nd, and an RBI single from Blake Beavis in the 5th. Miami ends with 0 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error. Winning pitcher today is Keegan Johnson. He moves his record up to 4-0, and the losing pitcher for Miami, Nick Vardavas, moves his record to 1-3. We will be back here tomorrow, 1 o'clock, for the last game of the series. And that will conclude action here today from McKie Field at Hayden Park. Thank you for joining us today on a beautiful Saturday. Enjoy your beautiful Saturday today, however you might spend it, either watching the Reds game today or watching the Final Four action tonight and tomorrow. Thank you for joining us. We hope you will be back with us again tomorrow, 1 o'clock here on Red Hawk Radio. Once again, Ball State wins 2-0 over Miami.